viewers, it's Cynthia Michael from Screen Reviews, bringing you a new podcast from a segment called The Black Lightning Review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly, in case you don't understand me. Also, I'll try to do my best not to breathe so hard during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will contain to adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will contain to adult language. If you're under 18. Now, if you're over 18, that means you're good to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, let's get into the latest episode of Black Lightning. So basically, the episode starts off like this. We see Jennifer with her powers after the previous episode got, with her powers back, taking down a warehouse, taking down a delivery for taking down one devices, managing deliveries in broad daylight with the help of Vanessa on comm. So basically, Tobias has been running a scam from, been running a scam from, taking pregnant women's, child's metagenes from their unborn child. So basically, Tobias been running this scam at the clinic, at the research lab, that Lynn and Anisha work for, and taking metagenes from unpregnant woman's unborn child. So basically, Jennifer managed to steal a buyer of metagenes that was supposed to be delivered to buy this other was supposed to be delivered to Tobias's other facilities and whatnot. So anyway, after that incident, it turns out that Tobias is now mayor of the city, and so basically, seems like Tobias has won the race towards mayor, and once he becomes mayor, he becomes a member of the Shadow Board. But Tobias, so basically, Tobias found out about the theft of the metagenes from his metagene delivery by lightning and whatnot, and he got pissed off, and he used his AI intelligent computer in Kate to figure out who is this person is lightning. So basically, Tobias thinks that doesn't know about Jennifer's new apparent situation. So basically, Tobias thanks to his AI computer Kate, he figured out that JJ, who is Jennifer, pretended to be Jennifer, who pretended to be being Lane's niece, is actually Jennifer. So basically now Tobias knows about Jennifer and whatnot, and he's pissed off, and he had a visit from so basically, he had a visit from police, from the chief of the police, Miss Lopez, about so basically, Chief Lopez came to visit Tobias later that day, and she wanted more weapons to deal with, since Tobias is the mayor now, she wanted more metahuman weapons to deal with lightning. So basically, Tobias instead gave her metahuman boost, gave gave her metahuman booster serum that Lynn made. So basically, and also the bracelets that so basically Tobias said that oh, you can use these metahuman boosters to get your cops, but temporary metahuman powers, so to deal with lightning. But at first, at first Lopez was not going for it at first, and but Device he managed to convince Lopez about taking the metahuman boosters and giving it to her police officers to take down lightning. Also, Tobias told her about I found a way to disable all metahumans' powers, and I had, I also thought, I had a device that disable metahumans' powers, and also I have another device that blocks the disablement of metahuman powers. So basically, he gave her the bracelets that stops his amplifier from disabling any metahuman's powers and whatnot. Anyway, while that was going on, Lynn's ex-boyfriend Ken slash lawyer was telling her that she will have to take a plea and whatnot. But Lynn was like, Jefferson was like, oh hell no, wanted to take a plea. So basically, Jefferson was like, no, we ain't taking no plea, and Keith and Jefferson got into it, and Lynn was like, I ain't trying to hear this bullshit, at the end of the day, it's my choice if I want to take a plea with the feds or not. So basically, Jefferson is just aggravated that, but by his powers, he can't take down Tobias, or he cannot help Lynn at all, whatnot. So anyway, later that night, Jen and Melissa told about the whole about Tobias's, whole scam, and also about Jennifer getting her powers back from the ionosphere and whatnot. So basically, Jen and Anissa later that night came clean about the whole situation, about the whole what they did that whole day, whatnot. So basically, now Jefferson and Lynn knows about the metagenes that Tobias is taking from pregnant women's unborn child and whatnot, and they know about Jennifer getting her powers back, and whatnot. So anyway, later that night, TC, contacted Jefferson at Gammy's bunker, and talked to Khalil. So basically, Jefferson was surprised that TC was happy to talk to Khalil and whatnot. So basically, Khalil was like saying, hey, whatnot. So basically, Khalil told him about, I had Tobias' letter and whatnot. Turns out that Khalil say I had somebody. So basically, it turns out I had Tobias' digital ledger and whatnot. So basically, it turns out that Tobias, when you and Lynn got framed, Tobias just had paid this metahuman named Looker a lot of money the same day that you got framed. So basically, so if you don't know who Looker is, she's a white racist metahuman that has the power to control people with this silver liquid. So basically, just to figure maybe that's it. Looker must be it must be controlling the FBI agent that is trying to take me down. So basically, all this time, we thought that the FBI agent who's trying to take down, who's trying to take down Jefferson and Lynn, who was our device payroll. But instead, he's under the control of Looker, who got paid by Tobias. So basically, Clear say that what I'll go get Looker. I'll go get Looker, I'll go get Looker and bring him back to Freeman, bring him back to Freeman. So basically, I take down Looker, you go, you get somebody to pick her up, and I'll get you the letters to clear your name. So basically, Jefferson told Lynn about Looker, might be controlling the FBI agent. So basically, she made a special serum to get rid of the silver liquid inside the FBI agent who's being controlled by Looker. So basically, the only way this silver can work, he has to ingest it. So basically, Jefferson went to go see Technos Messiah by himself about the FBI agent being controlled by a metahuman Looker. So basically, at first, Messiah was not Fort Jefferson was set him up, but but Jefferson managed to convince Messiah to help him out, to get close to the FBI agent who was in charge of him, who was in charge to take him down, whatnot. So basically, things were going very good. Were going good on that front. Meanwhile, Jefferson was still shaking up after what went down in that Airbus with Miss Lopez, with Police Chief Lopez. She figured the boy Carney must have set her up, but turns out that TT said no, he did not set you up. If Lopez hacked his phone accounts and whatnot. So basically, Jennifer, for all this time that the boy that she liked, Carney, whatever his fucking name is, set her up with the police, but turns out the police chief Lopez, hacked Carney's, accounts and whatnot, and Jennifer was like, was kind of relieved that, he didn't get this. So basically, TC did a good thing, hoping Jennifer set a date with Carney tonight. So anyway, while Jennifer was getting away for her date, we see Jeremy talking to his girlfriend Lana about their meta. So basically, Jeremy needed his help with finding the emitter. So basically, he broke a search program to find the emitter that Tobias is using to block all metahuman powers in Freeman. So basically, Anisha, was there at Game's crib, and telling him what the hell is going on. Not everything, whatnot, and Lana agreed to help Gammy to find the emitter and stop Tobias. So anyway, later that night, Jefferson and the Technos Messiah met up with the FBI agent, and Jefferson managed to sneak the serum that Ling made to get rid of that mind-controlling liquids from the FBI agent's body. So basically, So basically, Jefferson and Technos Plan was a set. So basically, the silver liquid that was controlling the FBI agent was by Lucas Powers was going for his body, and he was grateful that like he was aware what was going on, but he had no control because of the silver liquid from Lucas powers and whatnot. So basically, he was grateful for Jefferson and the Messiah freeing him from Lucas mind control silver liquid. Things were. So basically, things were going fine with Jennifer's dick until Tobias' right-hand man, Red, showed up and started shooting at Jennifer, and Jennifer used her powers to block Red's, gunfire, but it turns out one of the bullets, ricochet off her force field and ended up killing Corny, the boy she was on a date with. So basically, Red said that Red said that I have a message to you. You need to stop being lightning, or the people that you're careful will end up dead, like your boyfriend over there. So basically, Red walked away after Jennifer watched the boy Corny that she had to think for die from the gun room. So basically, TC after that, TC confronted her, comforted her about Corny's death and whatnot, and Jennifer swear that she's gonna take whatever it takes. She's going to take down Tobias. So anyway, meanwhile, somewhere else, Khalil managed to find Looker's hideout and took down her thugs, and basically, confronted Looker and tried to talk her to telling the truth about Tobias' setting up Jefferson and Lynn, but Looker being a racist, and a metahuman, tried to take control of Khalil's mind, but she ended up got her ass kicked by Painkiller and Khalil inside his mind. So basically, Looker tried to take control of Khalil from his mind, but it was not happening. So basically, after she got her ass kicked inside Khalil's mind by Painkiller and Khalil, so basically, if Khalil used his poison to poison Looker and convince her to turn herself in, and basically tell the truth about how Tobias paid her to set up Jefferson and win. So anyway, seems like things on top of things are starting to. Seems like good news. So basically Jefferson told Lynn about the good news that Khalil helped found Looker, and basically, she's in the detective Messiah went to go pick her up, and basically seems like things just starting to turn good for the Pierce family now that they have a witness that's by it's been setting up Lynn and Jefferson now. So anyway, meanwhile, Gammy and Lana made this special device to find the mirror. But turns out the city of Freeman has Promethium in the underground of the city. So basically, turns out that that Gary and Lana made this special tracking device to find the metal that device is used to block metahuman powers. But turns out that the power source found out that the Promethium that's powering the emitter is also under the city of Freeman. So basically, they're trying to use this because there's a lot of Promethium under the city. So basically, their tracking device to find the emitter is useless now. So anyway, Tobias is like, Tobias, meanwhile, we see Tobias at his crib, thinking that, thinking that everything else is going smoothly after what Red did to Jennifer's date and whatnot. So basically, it turns out that Tobias knows about Khalil killing his accountant and about and taking his ledger. So basically, Tobias is a little pissed off that Khalil killed his accountant and took the digital ledger. So basically, Tobias knows about that now, and he said that and he called Ishmael to take down Painkiller, and this is how the episode ended with Tobias calling Ishmael to take down Painkiller, and this how the episode take down Khalil, aka Painkiller, and this is how the episode ended with Tobias pissed off that that Khalil killed his accountant and took his ledger, and and he ended up calling Ishmael, aka So basically, the episode ended with Tobias calling Ishmael the assassin dude that put Lala in concrete to kill Khalil, aka Painkiller, and this how the episode ended. So anyway, I gotta say, I love the fight scene between. I love the mind fight scene between Looker, Painkiller, and Khalil inside his mind. That shit was crazy. But basically, this episode did a good tribute to Black Rock, the rapper who died recently. So basically, that fight scene between Looker versus Khalil and Painkiller inside his mind, what Black Rod's role song playing in the background, that shit was crazy. So anyway, this was a good episode of Black Lightning. This was a very good episode of Black Lightning. So basically, there's a lot of moving parts going on in this shit. So anyway, this was a very good episode of Black Lightning. So anyway, what do you guys think about this episode? Was it good? Was it bad? Or was it just okay? Please let me know with the comments below this podcast. So anyway, like always, this is Tim Michael from Squeeze Sign off. 1.